Hey, Cancer. Mel, Intuitive Soul Coach here, excited to bring to you your 2025 yearly reading. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Cancer, grab your favorite beverage, grab a pen and paper, cozy on up because we are about to get deep. We're going to look at your monthly forecast, starting with the overall energy and theme for you for 2025. We have second chance. This is a year for you to move into better offers, to try again, to rebuild. This is a clean slate and a fresh start for a lot of you. So you may be rebuilding. You have do-over showing up here. So I'm getting the tower. So you may have gone through a tower moment in 2024 where you've had to rebuild in some area of your life, but you have a fresh new page to this book showing up. So you could be turning a whole new page or a chapter of your life. Some of you are completely starting a new book, and I feel like there's trust also required. You see the trust word, and this is about beginnings, taking a leap of faith and trusting in your divine path, trusting in the process here. So let's dive in, starting with January 2025. Cancer, you have teamwork. Teamwork making that dream work. This is all about support, group efforts, co-creating, team projects, bringing things together with people who share your vision, share your dream. So if you have some goals, some aspirations, or if you're working on things, you may be looking at resources in the month of January or even accountability partners. So I feel like this month isn't a month for you to hermit or go within, which sometimes you may tend to do. I feel like it's important to reach out. It's important to know that you have resources. Now, this can be an online community. This can be family, friends, but I feel like there's a helping hand. Now, some of you, if this is part of your business, you could be very busy in the month of January where people want what you have to offer. And if this is, a career path, I just feel like there's some new projects, new collaborations coming in for you. And there may even be some really fun planning with family members or friends this month for possibly a trip or an event later on in the year. You could even be traveling in the month of January, but I feel like there's other people in the mix, other people involved. Let's take a look and see, why is teamwork showing up here for Cancer in the month of January? Why is teamwork here, please, for Cancer? All right, we have Five of Swords in reverse with the King of Swords. Okay, so this tells me here that it's important to bring in ingenuity along with a clear thought process of how to figure things out, because there may be some people in your group, there may be people who they don't see eye to eye with you. They're not on the same page, hence the Five of Swords. But I feel like you have the intellect, you have the mind to be able to figure out solutions and figure out problems. And again, you're not alone here. So this could be working with another individual, because this has about four hands. There could be four people in the mix here. Perhaps there's someone who backs out. Let's say you want to start a gym membership and you started with the concept that you have an accountability partner. You asked a friend if they would go to the gym with you and they said yes, and you signed up for that membership and then they backed out. I feel like there's someone else. You have a very solid, clear mind this month, and I feel like there's another person that will come in and take their place. This is also about working with people who tend to be a little more aggressive. Okay, I just feel like you're not putting up with that. in the month of January. You're not putting up with that aggression. You're using your mind, your intellect to figure out solutions to get out of the Five of Swords. So this can even be, a win at all cost mentality. Some of you may be dealing with a King of Swords or someone who's very stubborn, but I just feel like there's additional ways to deal with conflict than maybe the way conflict has been dealt with in the past. So just be mindful. I feel like teamwork is on your side here, and there's going to be certain people that are trying to rebuttal or trying to push against the grain, but I actually feel like you're in a good position with this King of Swords here. Very intelligent, very logical, very experienced. If there is some sort of clash when it comes to a project or togetherness, I just feel like there will be resolution quickly with that Five of Swords and the King of Swords here. All right, let's look at February. Showing up, you have authenticity here. This is beautiful because this is about your unique vision, Cancer. You have a genuine, honest, ethical energy about you that people are drawn to. And if you are coming up to a situation in February where the truth is going to set you free in some way, or perhaps the way that you're doing things is actually better than maybe the way someone else is doing things, and maybe that stems from this conflict that you may have gone through, I just feel like this is being recognized. Someone may say, oh, wait a second, maybe Cancer's way was right after all. And I feel like someone is getting a taste of humble pie here. So they could be sitting down in their seat. So it almost feels like whatever this conflict was, it backfires on someone because you are standing up in your King of Swords energy, female or male, it doesn't matter. But I feel like you are acting with integrity and wisdom. You're not playing games. And when you set your mind to something, Cancer, I feel like you are going all in here. So there is a part of you that is really shining through in the month of February, and I feel like people see it, people recognize it. You may also be working on a collaborative project that gets some sort of recognition or a skill that gets noticed here. The Hermit, yeah, you've been working on something solo, but again, I feel like there's some resources here. Maybe the Five of Swords could have been a resource that was denied, a resource that felt like you had to fight for, and even though you fought for it, you still didn't get it. And maybe in the month of February, you're like, wait a second, there was another resource there, one that's actually better for me. Whether that resource is some form of abundance. Maybe it could be a person. Maybe it is, a new offer that comes your way. But you have here the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is skilled work. It is using, again, the tools that you have. She's in the kitchen. You can see here that the Duchess cook is in the kitchen, and she has every possible spice and food that you can think of. She has the seafood, and she has the vegetables and all of the herbs and the bread and the fruit. There's nothing that she cannot make in that kitchen of hers, but it requires her to be open to learning, right? When you're cooking in the kitchen, there can be recipes to follow, but at the same time, it's adding your unique touch, your unique taste. So some of you, even though you're going by the book, right? You're going by the recipe here in February. It's very important that you add your own touch to something. And I feel like people are going to taste that meal of yours and they're going to say, wow, Cancer, what is in this? What did you add to this? And you're going to say, oh, it's my secret ingredient. And it doesn't have to be a meal, of course, but symbolically, it's something you are offering, something you are putting out there. If this is a relationship, some of you are adding, a secret. You have some sort of magic about you, and I just feel like people are recognizing it. Now, of course, the Eight of Pentacles can be about, loving your work. It can be about discovery and finding new ways to enhance or better your skills. You have the Hermit here in reverse. So to me, again, coming out of that hermit shell, noting that you do have resources that maybe you haven't used before. You see at the bottom there's an octopus, but it's kind of hidden, right? And octopus, they have octopi is the plural, I believe. They have, numerous tentacles, and they're very resourceful. And when one tentacle falls off, I believe it regrows in its place. And so there's something about, making sure that you know and you believe that even if something is cut out of your life, whatever that Five of Swords was that you may have walked away from, or maybe was rejected or cut off, that something else is going to regrow in its place here. Now you have here, Cancer, the Wheel of Fortune. This is fortune, this is fate, this is divine timing. The Wheel of Fortune is a renewal, and I feel like there's a turning point coming in because you're discovering what that special sauce is, right? You have some sort of special sauce and you're adding it to whatever you're cooking up in your life, and it's showing up in a very profound, brilliant way. So this month looks beautiful. I definitely love that you are opening up to some sort of secret sauce here, and people are going to taste it. People are going to recognize it. So give yourself a pat on the back. Good job, Cancer. Now let's look at March 2025. You have divine guidance. There is a prayer that is being answered for you here in the month of March. This is about assistance, spiritual strength, and angelic support. March could be a really big month for you when it comes to discovery of spiritual gifts. Some of you, that could be your secret sauce. Maybe you're realizing that you are very talented in a certain area. In that certain area or that spiritual gift, you could put it out there and be of service, perhaps in a business idea, a creative idea, or even in your relationships. There may be something that you realize you're very good at. And I also see a lot of you healing. You've healed through some very challenging things. And as I say that, you have the Seven of Wands showing up here with the strength. There we go. There's the healing through some very challenging things. Now, the strength card is facing fears. It's overcoming difficulty and having compassion for yourself, but it's also about tapping into your wild side. It's tapping into that, that beast, that primal energy within, but knowing how to control that. Like, how do I let this wild side of mine come out and play? But at the same time, how can I rein it in when need be? So it's finding that balance between compassion and wild primal urges to maybe lash out at times, because the Seven of Wands, this is about defending oneself, standing up for one's beliefs. It's about bravery and meeting a challenge. And I see here that not only do you have everything you need to give that challenge a big old wink in the eye, but you have here divine guidance that is showing you the way. So this is a really powerful month when it comes to you maybe breaking out of a comfort zone. For those of you that have been walking on eggshells, or you felt stubborn, maybe there were some sort of accusations. Maybe that's part of that Five of Swords, accusations, some ploy against you, Cancer. The Seven of Wands can be feeling pressure or just, feeling on guard. I feel like you're saying, no more. Nobody is going to put baby in a corner, right? Nobody is going to push me up against the wall. And it feels like you're standing up for yourself. So for some of you, yes, that wild side is going to come out, but I feel like it's not coming out to attack. Okay, like maybe in the past, there may have been a defense mode of, all right, fight or flight, I'm going to attack as well. They're attacking me. I feel like this is more of a, I'm stepping out and feeling empowered to speak my truth, to stand in my truth, and to not let anyone or anything hold me back. This is about you being brave, courageous, and really not backing down from whatever is, coming at you, because you can see in Alice's defense on that 7 of Wands, Alice is actually bigger, but she has all the playing cards, coming at her with the wands. And, if she wanted to, she could just kick one of those guys, right? Her feet are the size of their whole body. So she could just kick one, but she's not going to do that because she's learned. She's better than that. She's not going to stoop to their level. But what she is going to do is she's going to walk past that energy. She's going to walk through it. And, sometimes it's going to feel like a little prick to the foot or to the ego, but you're stronger because of it. You're coming out of something here with spiritual strength and guidance and answered prayers. All right, let's look at April. So starting off here, the first quarter of 2025, I definitely feel like you're walking your own path. You're walking your own truth, and you're finding that there's new resources. There's a new tentacle growing in the place of something that was cut off here for you. And you also know that you're not alone. You may be tapping into your spiritual gifts a little bit more. And as we say that for the month of April, starting off your second quarter, you actually have the gift card. So this is spiritual gifts. It is a sense of gratitude, a surprise, a celebration here from the universe. So there's something quite beautiful coming in, and this could be a new opportunity, such as an ace, because aces are gifts, aces are new opportunities. Oh, let's pull from this deck here. This could also be a present that comes your way. Ooh, you have the empath card. So a lot of you, this is your spiritual gifts. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. You're doing something with the gift, because the gift would be the Ace of Pentacles, and there's some sort of connection coming together. It could be 2 different resources or options that you have to choose from, maybe 2 that come your way, 2 unexpected gifts, because you didn't give up on yourself. You didn't back down from a challenge. You actually were courageous enough to show up. Therefore, you're going to reap the rewards. You have the empath here, which is actually card 23 of the Major Arcana. It's a bonus Major Arcana in this deck. And the empath is all about feeling compassion. It is the strength card on steroids, basically. The empath is understanding, it's kindness, it's community, but it's also about boundaries and prioritizing oneself and one's emotional well-being, because things may feel a little bit hectic for you in the month of April, but I see that there could be some sort of financial compensation here as well. Maybe this has to do with taxes, or this has to do with, a new income source. If things have felt very, I don't want to say scattered, because I don't feel like a scattered energy, but let's say your emotions have been on overdrive, which Cancer, sometimes your emotions can be on overdrive. You can have a lot of feels, right? I feel like there's some sort of balancing that's coming through for you, and it's actually bringing about a weighing up of like pros and cons. And that's part of the balancing act here. So you could even be weighing out some pros and cons. There's a gift that comes your way and you're like, how can I use this gift to share, to spread the love? Or how can I use this to balance out my emotions or to bring stability in my life? So it feels like there's something coming your way, but you're doing something with that, whatever is coming your way, that gift, because it's breaking off here into 2s. It's breaking off into the 2 of Pentacles. And I feel like this is the best possible thing that you can do with whatever energy is coming your way in the month of April. And you're going to see that these gifts actually multiply. So April is a very big month for you. I feel like April is a month of compassion and kindness and support and sharing. This could be a month of, comparing maybe the old Cancer to the new Cancer. Like, okay, Cancer would have done this in the past with the gift. Maybe you would have hoarded something, or perhaps you would have used it for, one thing, where something is coming at you again and you're saying, wait a second, how can I stretch this out? How can I share the love? Because you're coming from a place of not conscious not limitations, but possibility. And when you look at it from the mind of expansion, it multiplies. And so I feel like that's part of the new you. Maybe you were in some sort of poverty conscious mindset or lack of mindset or scarcity, but it just feels like there's, again, a doubling up or a multiplying, and you're feeling all the feels and you're taking care of yourself first, but by doing so, it just ripples out. So the ripple effect in April is showing up for you. Ripple effect in April. Some beautiful things. Now in May 2025, we have Animal Kingdom. Some of you could be getting an animal. You could be spending extra time with your pet. It could be a pet's birthday. Some of you are connecting to an animal spirit or totem animal here. You may even be a strong, support animal lover. Maybe you work with animals. You could volunteer. You may be pet sitting, or someone is going to pet sit while you go on vacation. But this is also the energy of companionship and unconditional love. So it does look like there's something around pets this month, and I'm going to pull from the spirit animal deck, because whenever this animal kingdom shows up, I feel like spirit is bringing you animals through your everyday life. Some of you could even see an owl. I'm getting an owl here as significant. And then I'm getting here, this could be from a loved one or a loved pet who's crossed over in spirit. May could be a significant month. You have the wolf and you have the hawk. Okay, so those are very powerful animal totems, especially if you are into shamanism, or if you're working with shamanism in some way, maybe shamanic journeying. You could be looking into that a little bit more. The wolf reminds you to turn knowledge into wisdom. And the hawk is saying, let spirit be your guide. So you're definitely receiving some messages, some downloads this month regarding support and unconditional love. What do we have here for animal kingdoms, please? For Cancer. Okay, you have a few coming out. You do have the strength, the death card. So like I said, for some of you, it does have to do with a memory of maybe a pet or a loved one who's crossed over, and they could be coming through offering you that companionship, that strength, maybe even some sort of support. If you have something big going on, this month, May 2025, I just feel like you're not alone. You have the presence of loved ones here with you, with the strength and the death card. Massive transformation, or there is some sort of, ending and new beginning being presented to you. You actually have the star card, which tells me that there's dreams and inspirations and a brighter future, but this is also the card of healing. So I feel like there's a tremendous amount of healing that has taken place for you. And the Six of Wands says that there may have been a fall, right? A fall from grace, but the Six of Wands ultimately is, an achievement or accomplishment. So I feel like, again, I'm getting a cheerleader type of energy, or an unconditional love coming in, supporting you as you're going through a healing process or a transformation. And ultimately, you're going to turn that Six of Wands into the upright position by the end of the month, because there is some sort of support here. So beautiful. Six of Wands can also be, leadership, success, achievement, and hard work. And you deserve some sort of recognition. You deserve some sort of win. And you've had to go through a lot of loss, Cancer, a lot of endings. But I feel like you are not alone. And I'm seeing the scene from Lion King. And maybe it's because that lion is coming up too. When Mufasa, I think is the father's name, comes in and really guides Simba from the stars, right? And lets him know, like, you're not alone. This is your kingdom. This is your home. So there's a message here about, following the stars, following the support from loved ones, pets and animals and guides and ancestors that are here to help you on this earthly plane. All right, let's look at June 2025. 5. Now, June is the start of Cancer season, messages, and you're probably going to get a whole inbox full of happy birthdays. For those of you that are maybe planning a trip, there's something quite exciting coming in here. This is announcements. You may be announcing a very powerful time of your life. Maybe this is a big age, right? Some of you could be hitting the big 4-0 or 5-0. This could be some sort of good news that you're putting out there. But I feel like this is, a rush of attention and love and support and guidance from people who care about you, from people who love you. All right, let's see what sort of incoming news, announcements, or communication is coming in. I feel probably 70% of you, it has to do with your birthday season coming in, and you could even hear from someone that you haven't heard from in a while. That's going to give you all the feels because you have the empath showing up again. And I tell you, Cancer, the empath does give me Cancerian vibes. Now, this isn't attached to an astrological sign because it is a bonus major arcana, but it's the empath. And you are a water sign. You're highly intuitive, highly empathic. You and, of course, Pisces and Scorpio. So I feel like this is definitely your energy shining through multiple times throughout the year because you're feeling, but that feeling is your emotional drive. So what is this message and news? Look at that. You have the Magician, the Mad Hatter. You're the Alchemist. You are creating wonderful things in your life. And I feel like it's because you feel so strongly and you're taking those feelings, and that's what's driving your chariot, right? You are the chariot, and the chariot is emotional drive that puts us in a forward movement. So this could be travel, this could be goals, it can be, a fast forward or even a victory here with something that you're creating based on your emotions. But the Magician here is saying you've been manifesting something. Manifesting something quite beautiful in your life. Some of you could be hairdressers, beauticians. I see all the scissors there on the hair. Some of you could be changing your hair or changing your appearance. I also see you coming up with brilliant, genius ideas, maybe some new concoctions. I also see someone has a salt lamp. Someone has a salt lamp that's in maybe their bedroom, their living room, their office space. And I feel like you could also have a small cat or a small dog. I mean, I'm seeing the little baby lamb on the empath card, but I feel like someone has a small pet that maybe they act like a little lamb, or they could be white or cream colored. But I feel like you are hungry for life. You're hungry with the hungry tiger. It's like you're hungry to manifest. You're hungry to, put yourself out there in some way and to see the support coming in, because there is support showing up for you. So this is exciting as we step into Cancer season. There's some big announcements and news coming in for you, or you are the one delivering some big announcements and big news. All right, diving into the third quarter, July, August, and September. July, you're letting go. This is a big month. And to me, I don't feel like this is an ending per se. I feel like this is you being carefree. A lot of you are celebrating birthdays as well in July. So you're letting go, you're letting your hair down, you're liberating yourself, maybe going out dancing, going to a music festival, giving yourself a little bit of extra TLC, maybe spoiling yourself a little bit this month. But this is about growth and goodbyes. What you're doing here is you're saying goodbye to who you were the year prior, and you're saying, let's get ready for another trip around the sun. There's ascension taking place, and you're saying goodbye to the year prior for you, and you're going with the flow. So I feel like this is a really beautiful energy coming in for you in the month of July. Spirit, what are we letting go of? What are we letting go of? All right, letting go of the prior year, like I said, because what's coming in, the Three of Cups, the Ace of Cups, you have celebration. This is the mad tea party, right? This is the mad tea party. So some of you are having a big party, or there's a party thrown for you. This could be celebrating, going out and having, beverages or dinner with your friends and with your family and your tribe. This can also be, I'm getting a game night. So some of you could host game nights. Some of you are going to meet a love. If you're single, you could meet a love interest through going out with your friends, or it could be someone that you've been hanging out with in a group setting, but you're like, ooh, wait a second. This could be more than a friend. You have the drink me potion here with the Ace of Cups. And I feel like you're drinking this vial, and this vial is feeling real good, right? Feeling real good. Now, I also see there is a gift, right? Aces are gifts. And so there's going to be a really beautiful gift that comes from a friend. And I feel like this is something spiritual even. It could be, like a crystal necklace, or it could be something that, is like an oracle deck. It feels like it's something special, hand-picked, or even handmade. And if you are currently in a relationship, I just feel like you are getting all the love coming in. Your partner could be spoiling you. Your friends could really be indulging. You may be just spending a real good time of your energy. It's like not just your birthday, but it's your birth like week or birth season, your birth month for a lot of you. And you're just enjoying this year. For whatever reason, this year is a big one for you. So if it's not a big milestone birthday, it just feels like you're exactly where you have wanted to be, because that magician says that you're manifesting something big and you're feeling really good about your life. I love that for you. It could possibly be one of the best months out of 2025 for you. So let's look at August. We have some memories, taking a walk down memory lane, but for others of you, you're creating some new memories. And also, someone's writing a memoir. Someone could be journaling. You could be looking back at memories that you've made in the prior month even, because remember, memories are created 2 seconds ago. Memories are created, last week, last month. So I feel like you could be reflecting on your month prior, and it fills you up with really good, good heartfelt vibes. But I feel like you're sharing in your stories. Now, there may be someone who wasn't able to attend. Now, I don't know if they weren't able to attend an event or attend your party or be there at your birthday, maybe because they live at a distance or because they're no longer living here on this earthly realm. It could be a pet. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. But I feel like you are receiving messages in some way that they're very much there with you. Okay, maybe they sent a birthday card or a gift or a phone call or FaceTime, or this could be a loved one in spirit that you dream of, or you could hear a song on the radio, or you just smell their smell. I feel like you're receiving some sort of message this month in August that lets you know that you're very much loved, very much supported. Spirit-wise, the memories card showing up here in August for Cancer. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. All right, we have the Two of Pentacles. This is a month of balance, okay? A month of balance. You have the mushroom here. Some of you really may be getting into mushroom concoctions. I mean, it could be microdosing. It could be mushroom tea, mushroom coffee, maybe even taking some sort of mushroom supplements. But the Two of Pentacles we've seen earlier, and it's about, balancing up pros and cons, or practicing on really being present in the moment. And sometimes that's hard when we have that pang of nostalgia. Now, I feel like this is okay for it to come through for you in the month of August, but try not to let this take over the entirety of the month. And that's why you have the Two of Pentacles here, kind of pulling you back into reality, or pulling you back into, a space of here I am, right here, right now. because for some of you, you have the Tower. So it could be, a memory that caused a lot of upheaval in your life, but you have healed from with the Star card showing up here. But I do see that Knight of Swords is coming in, Hierophant here in reverse. You're no longer attached to that energy in a way that brings you down. And I feel like the Knight of Swords is coming up saying, okay, we can move forward. This is an action taker. We can charge forward with intellect. We can logically, move out of this space, because for some of you, there may be a lot of feelings attached to some of these memories. And that's why you're being, called back to the present. But if this is a memory with a loved one, I feel like it can bring some sorrow, but it almost feels like there's a smile. There's a smile because you're remembering the good times, not the bad. And I feel like you're not going to sit in that space long, because the tornado says that, you've already liberated yourself. There's already, an awakening that's occurred for you, and you've healed and you've moved on, but you're remembering some sort of commitment or memories that you've had this month. But ultimately, Knight of Swords says you're going to take action, and the mind's going to help you in this situation get out of maybe some place that the emotions have, stirred up something. Okay. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's important that you honor them, and then you kind of pull yourself back to the present. All right, let's look at September action. September is a busy, busy month, as we are shifting out of the dog days of summer. For those of you that live in the Northern Hemisphere, we're shifting into that fall time, and this can be a very action-packed month. Children go back to school. People start integrating back into that fall season. There can be some spring or fall cleaning depending on where you live. And I feel like there's a lot of busyness going on this month, a lot of forward movement, momentum, motivation, and energy. So let's see what this is all about. I feel for some of you that this has to do with work. This has to do with, many areas. It just feels like there's a lot going on for you. There could even be some travel here, or it feels like maybe not travel, but a lot of traveling. So maybe you have a lot of appointments, or you have, a lot of time that you will be spending in a vehicle, like traveling from place to place. Someone could be getting a license this year as well, or someone could be learning how to drive, or learning a new skill. This could be a child. You have the Magician and the Empress, two major arcanas. There's a lot of activity because the Magician is very, very energetic. I mean, this guy does not slow down, or this girl here. And the Magician is also very skilled, very talented. So you're good at multitasking here this month. You're good at, throwing up a lot of balls in the air. And I feel like there's a lot of abundance. Of course, make sure that you're not spreading yourself too thin or burning the candle on both ends, Cancer, because there's a lot of abundance. So what I see you doing is tending to your garden. Whatever it is that you are growing in your life, whatever, family dynamics you have created, you are nurturing. The Empress here is the wifey. She's the mother. She is the creative. She is the birthing of a new era, of a new cycle. And I feel like you're manifesting a lot of really wonderful things and taking care of and nurturing the things that need taken care of. But there's also a lot of flow, a lot of abundance and finances available here for you as well. So this could be a very powerful month when it comes to your abundance, whatever that may look like for you. So Empress, you have the Magician, and also the Magician is Virgo, Libra. Magician is Virgo, Gemini, and September is Virgo season. And then you have the Empress, which is Libra, and that's the end of September. So both of those energies coincide with September. So I feel like September could be one of the biggest months of your 2025 as well. When it comes to growth, productivity, expansion, family, I feel like it hits on all areas here because it's big, it's major arcanas. And let's dive into the last quarter 4 October, November, and December. October, we have some choices. Okay, this is a month of decision making. This is options, resources, free will. This can be finding balance, hence again, that Libran energy. So what is this all about here for you, Cancer? The month of October, what's the balance all about? And what does Cancer need to know going through it? We have the Queen of Cups to stay in your heart center, and the Empress again. Beautiful. So this is all about finding balance within your heart. The Queen of Cups, she fosters genuine connections. She is a lover. The fact that the Empress has her hand over her heart tells me that this is a heart over head decision. The fact that you have the Queen of Cups here as well. So there's some sort of choice that you can't think your way through. Okay, this needs to be made from the heart. This may have to do with your health. It may have to do with a relationship, some sort of healing. She's the psychic. She's the tarot reader. She's the lover. She's the intuitive. She's the healer. The Queen of Cups, you know, she can be the very nurturing, loving mother as well. Both of them are. But the Queen of Cups is saying, you know, you're precious. The glass cat is represented here. And I feel like you're protected, where you're not going to break in the sense that maybe you think. And if you do break in some sort of way, like let's say you open your heart up to vulnerability and you open your heart up to love and something doesn't work out, what happens when we go through the darkest of dark times, right? What happens when we do break that glass? We're broken wide open, and we actually come back to ourselves. We find ourselves in a way that we weren't able to maybe access had we had not gone through some sort of heartache. And I feel like there's going to be some choices that you make. But again, the reminder here is allow that beautiful Venusian energy. Venus rules Libra here. Allow beauty and allow elegance and compassion and love to lead the way. So you're very creative. You're very intuitive this month. So any choices that do come up, put your hand on your heart and ask, what would love do? Because once you make a choice from the heart, then call in the brain, then call in the head and say, all right, head, help me make this happen. But first choose from the heart. So let's take a look at November. In November, someone could be traveling. You have wanderlust here. This is about your gypsy soul, you know, expeditions and tourism, new lands. Someone could be moving. There could be a move. There could be a new adventure. You may even be switching around your surroundings, your environment, maybe doing a little bit of feng shui, getting new furniture this month. Some of you could even be into photography. I feel like you also are highly creative. Someone could be creating maybe like a journal, or creating some hand-pressed like flowers. They're showing me a flower that's pressed in a book, or like pressed flowers. I'm not sure if that's part of a project, or maybe that means something to you, Cancer. So flowers that are pressed. And I also see that some of you are going to receive messages from your angels in the sky, in the clouds. You could see feathers, coins. You may even be called to work with like Archangel Raphael for your healing, Archangel Michael for protection. So some of you could be working with the angels more, getting closer to that angelic realm, or getting to know the angels, call upon them, ask them for help. I'm not sure why that's coming up in November, possibly because that is a very, very spiritual month. It's Scorpio energy, which is your fellow water sign. And Scorpio is all about transformation and going deep, right? So I feel like you're exploring and you're stepping out of the comfort zone in the month of November. So let's clarify. What's the wanderlust here for Cancer, Two of Wands, there's the stepping out, there's the exploration, and the Empress again. And you guys, when I shuffle these, I've been sticking them in, different areas, and the Empress is coming up multiple times along with that empath. So you are really stepping into this Empress vibe this year, especially the last half of 2025. So you could be birthing, a new cycle. For some of you, this may have to do with mothering, nurturing, parenting even. This may have to do with your abundance, self-love, self-care, your creative projects. But the Two of Wands is showing up here saying, don't doubt yourself, your skills, your talents, and don't sit in indecision. Your world starts outside of your comfort zone. There's something here about stepping outside of your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. That's where true abundance lies. And I feel like that's why you have the Wanderlust, because again, that's a gypsy being activated. And I'm getting that Fleetwood Mac song, Gypsy. So for some of you, there's a new path this month for you to take, or for you to explore, or for you to really step into and feel and be a part of, because this is really going to help you come alive. Beautiful energy here. All right. Last but not least, December 2025. What do we have for December, please? The great outdoors. So you're definitely opening up wide open spaces, spending some time outside. I'm really getting a strong grounding energy here for you, Cancer. So some of you, this is about unplugging, and it's about camping, nature, hiking, maybe spending a little bit of time in solitude. We tend to hermit a bit during the winter months, for again, those of you in the Northern Hemisphere. But I'm also getting you taking time out for you. And December, as I put these readings out in the year prior, right? Or I should say December, we're in it now, but this is 1 year from now. It almost feels like sometimes this can be a very busy, very hectic, chaotic month, but I actually feel like this time next year is going to be a little bit different. You could be doing something new, like a new tradition. Maybe you're traveling over the holiday season. You could be in a new home. I feel like you could be in a new home, or you're in a space that feels like you're able to breathe. It feels like you're able to expand a little bit more, and it feels all around really good. Let's take a look here. The great outdoors in December. You have the Fool. Look at that. There's a brand new beginning, and this one shot out for you. I feel like we don't even need another clarifier, because the Fool is stepping into a new beginning. And this is divine timing. It almost feels like you're ahead of the game. A lot of people are wrapping up the end of the year in December, but I feel like you've already done some massive work, and you've started something. It's like you're ahead of the game. So there could be a new opportunity that has already presented itself for you in December. This could be, huge. It's a brand new journey. And again, I just feel like you're ahead of the game. We will pull one more. Spirit, why is the Fool card here? Why is the Fool card showing up at the end of the year? Okay. We have the Ace of Wands. There's another new beginning. This could be the gift of passion, of ideas, of desires, of invention, of purpose. This can also be the seed of conception. So someone could be giving birth. There could be a child coming into the picture. This could be, a really beautiful, passionate new beginning for some of you. And we have the Seven of Wands. And remember, we've seen that showing up in the very beginning of the year. Someone is letting their guard down here, and they want a new beginning. Whether this is you, because you may have had your guard up a little bit. For others of you, perhaps, you're really embracing Oh, that's what's happening. You're embracing that part of yourself that, remember what I said? I said you're looking at yourself, Cancer, from a different perspective, like the old you versus the new you. And instead of giving those players, those card players, a big old kick because Alice is bigger than them, her whole shoe is the size of their whole body, and she could easily get angry and she could kick them out of the way. But I feel like you're saying, I'm not going to waste my energy on the old, because the new me is responding with openness. The new me is responding to these beginnings untethered. I'm not going to let these small setbacks or these small nuisances or distractions get in the way of my happiness and my new beginnings. So that's why you have the Fool and the Ace showing up. So I would say again, we have a few months that really stand out for you in 2025, and December could be another one of those months. So overall, I feel like you're having a very good year. I mean, I didn't even see the devil here for you. I didn't even see, the tower. The tower did come out in the tornado, but I feel like it was tied to a past memory because it was with the memories card. So I feel like this could be a very beautiful year for you, full of, teamwork, full of spiritual gifts, and also about having a little more fun. If you felt very rigid or if you felt very stuck, we are shifting from the Libra, Aries, South and North node. So Aries is in the north, Libra in the south, until January 28th, which then it shifts into Pisces and Virgo. So 2025 is all about integrating spirituality with our daily lives. And you are already on that ship. You already do that. I see that with the Empress showing up here so much. But we're encouraged this year to trust our intuition, embrace emotional healing, and focus on the big picture. And also to release rigidity or detail obsessed tendencies. And I feel like you're right on board with that. And because you also are a water sign, Pisces is a water sign, I feel like this is in your house of, that empath. And that's why you saw that empath showing up, because again, you're trusting your intuition this year. And when you trust your intuition, when you embrace that emotional side of yourself, when you focus on big picture thinking, that chariot, it goes a lot smoother, right? Moving into where you need to move into instead of feeling blocked or resisted at every step and turn of the way. So Cancer, that is what I have for your 2025 yearly reading. Make sure if you didn't take notes that you save this. Come back to this reading because you may find little bits and pieces of information may be very helpful throughout the months. So thank you so much for being here. If you like the messages, please hit that thumbs up. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And I'm sending you lots of love.